Hi everyone, welcome to Almost Cancelled, the TV podcast here on the Melfuzz Podcast Network. If I look like I'm struggling to say this, it's because it's the fourth take. I fucked it up multiple times, so,
Oh, he's done so shit at this today.
cards on the table, let's just take four of the intro, okay? Cards on the table.
I can't remember the last time it took this many takes.
This is Connor Ryan here,
Aaron.
and I'm Peter Bradley. I mean, I said that already, I don't care if I did. I'm struggling, pushing
Power,
onwards.
power through, yeah.
I'm pushing onwards. This is a TV podcast, and we review a bunch of shows. This week, we talked about the season 6 premiere of Game of Thrones. Not me, Alan joined us for that, and Matt joined us for that, and those two guys who watch Game of Thrones had a chat about it, so they're going to guest later on in the audio version. Of
I'll
course,
join in about halfway through the season.
Of course, if you're on YouTube, you can click on the link and jump straight to that video. And those rules goes for all the reviews, which includes the newest episodes of Winona Earp, The Flash, Arrow, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So you can check out all those out. And again, audio version, timestamps, editing the podcast, video on YouTube, just click on the links and it'll take you to those videos. It's that simple. That was not bad. I feel like take 5 maybe should happen, but I don't know if I'm willing to go for it.
Nah, let's just go for it. Carry on. That was good enough.
Alright, good enough. That's our model. That'll do. Alright, so of course we talk about TV news as well. That's how we start the show, that's how we get things going. And we do actually have some fairly big news this week. Marvel and Netflix have ordered The Punisher, a spin-off, of course, of Daredevil Season 2, starring Joe Bernthal. Did you say his name?
Don't know. Now you've made me question every way I've ever thought it in my head. I always went with Berthnall, but now I'm not looking at the word. I can't.
Bernthal, that's it is. I'm looking at it now. Bernthal.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, good. Right. So he's confirmed to be starring in it, of course. It's going to be a spin-off of what we've seen already. There's no indication of where this is going to happen in terms of, like, I imagine it's post-Defenders at this point, because it seems like they're gearing up to do that after Iron Fist.
Yeah, I mean, reports indicate that that's shooting at the end of this year, so...
Yeah, so this would likely be the first one in 2018?
At best. Yeah.
They're going to have to switch to 3 a year. This is getting ridiculous. Jessica Jones Season 2 has been greenlit, and that's not even on the card yet.
Yeah.
They're going to have to switch to 3. It's the only thing for it. The other news that comes with this is the Hannibal executive producer Steve Lightfoot. That's a cool name. I want to be called Lightfoot.
That's a good name. It's a strong name.
Yeah. Especially if he's a boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Lightfoot coming to the ring. Oh, great. He's going to serve as a showrunner, writer, and executive producer. And that's it.
I'm a bit torn on this news, to be honest.
Really? Why are you torn?
Because while I think Punisher was one of, if not the best part of Daredevil Season 2, I'm not sure how I feel about if he needs a series on his own, because a lot of what I really liked about him was how he played off the other stuff. And I'm not sure if I'm interested in an entire series of just him on his mission, personally.
I can see where you're coming from. The first thing I would argue with is the idea that anyone needs a TV show.
Sure.
You could argue that Luke Cage could just be a supporting character in Jessica Jones,
You could.
or vice versa. So,
Yeah.
does he need one? Probably not. That said, I would say I'm far more interested in a Punisher season of TV than I am Iron Fist.
See, I don't know. I don't know if I am. I'm obviously going to watch it, and I'm still reasonably confident it will be good and I will enjoy it. But I'm not actively excited for this either, even though I feel like I should be.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not super excited, just purely because we've got so much Marvel content now that it's like, oh great, another one in the pile. It's hard to get excited now. There's so much of it, but I will say that this idea appeals to me a bit more than some of the other ones. Like I said, Iron Fist, and it is different to the other ones because this one he's a flat out Death Wish style vigilante who is going to put bullets in everyone.
Yeah, see, I'm worried that having so much of that and following him doing that will kind of lessen the effect a little bit.
Maybe.
The idea of him just coming in and doing things is really appealing to me, whereas following every movement, I don't know, it just takes away some of the appeal for me personally.
Well, it depends how you handle it.
Just in general, just that idea of following him like to that degree of his own show just doesn't really appeal to me that much.
I'd probably like that better than the second half of season 2 of Daredevil.
I mean, I'd probably agree with that, but
So, I feel like you're looking for.
I don't know. That was just my initial reaction when I saw the news.
Yeah.
I was just like, do I want this? Do I actually want this show?
You're going to watch it anyway, so
Of course I am.
we're going to review it. We're going to watch it all in a day and review it a day later. So
I'm not going to lie. Even if I wasn't doing this review, it would be watched within 2 days. That's just a fact.
right,
But-
well, good. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Remember how last week we had that weird news story about Mel Gibson directing something?
Oh yeah, that one.
And Kurt Russell was going to be in it, and we were like, "What the hell? What's with these big
Yeah,
actors?" And right, there's another one this week. Sylvester
Oh.
Stallone is going to be starring in a TV show. Doesn't have a network yet, but it's based on a book called Omerta, which is the third book in the is it the Mobster trilogy from Mario Puzo. The first one, of course, being The Godfather, which I'm sure you've heard of.
I mean, I know of it.
Yeah, you know of The Godfather, yes. Well, Mario Puzo, who also wrote the script for Superman, the first Superman movie.
Really, I did not know
That's
that.
a bit of trivia for you. His like third sort of gangster mafia trilogy book called Omerta is getting developed for TV. Antoine Fuqua is involved in the development. He's the director of Training Day, of course. He's directing the upcoming Magnificent Seven remake. So another fairly notable name. There's no network attached yet, but it's currently being sort of bounced around networks and stuff. Most probably a cable network or a streaming place of
Yeah.
some kind. It sounds like an R-rated style show.
Yeah. Out of interest, this trilogy. Do you know if it's one of those unofficial trilogies where it's like they're all thematically the same, or is it
I would
same
guess
universe characters?
I would guess it's a thematic thing. I don't know for sure, but I feel like I would know if there was like a third book in the Godfather universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. But then,
Not that the second book. I don't necessarily think the second book is Godfather Part 2. I think the second book is probably
right?
on its own as well. I don't know. I'm assuming that. I don't think the second one's based off a sequel book, but I could be wrong. Really, you're just discovering a pit of knowledge I don't have here. But
I mean, that could go all night. Let's be honest.
it could. But based on what they're saying here, and the fact I didn't even know this book existed, just based on the language here from the Variety article, that would be my assumption. That it's a
Yeah,
trilogy
okay.
of thematically related books, but not characters.
That's cool.
Because I think it'd be a bit weird if the first two were connected with the same characters and the third
Yeah.
one was thematic. Although, that would remind me of Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. For old slasher fans, they'll know that well.
Indeed. On the actual show, I'm not really that into mobsters, gangsters, that sort of stuff. Doesn't
Nah,
really.
no.
But you never know. Could be good.
It's the kind of thing where if the quality's high, and I would be intrigued to see Stallone on TV.
I'm definitely interested in just of who's attached to it, if nothing else.
Yeah. But I'm sure we're going to end up finding this is on HBO or Showtime or Netflix, maybe even Hulu or something like that. I can see it popping
Yeah.
up in any of those places. So that's one to keep an eye on in the future. Fox has ordered the 24 spin-off, 24 Legacy,
Oh, I forgot about this.
for a season. It's greenlit for a 12 episode order. Presumably that might be one that could be extended. You're familiar that most
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
they get greenlit
Yeah,
for...
yeah. I'm just thinking, is this not a mini thing?
I don't know if it's
I thought this was a limited series.
I don't think it is a limited. I think they're wanting this
Okay.
to be a continuing
Well,
thing.
well, this is really strange then to order 12 because isn't 24's whole gimmick that each one is an hour in a day and that's the whole season?
That was the gimmick, yes. Honestly, I think it doesn't really matter that much though, because they did that last season that was like 8 or 10, and it was
Oh,
just,
did they?
it took over 10 hours, but the whole idea was still in real time.
Right, okay.
Um,
I didn't realise that happened. I don't follow the show, but
that happened right. I didn't watch that season. I watched the first 6 of 8.
gave up after that.
or was it 9? I think that last small one was 9th season. Yeah, I think it was. But aye, so this is happening. Corey Hawkins is going to be starring in it in a completely new role. There's going to be no Jack Bauer, no Keith Sutherland, so it's a complete fresh reboot.
Yeah, interesting.
Possibly 24 when it was good was fun. Like
I've only seen like one episode, but it was fine.
It was a fun show to binge because of the way it was.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Like it was really fun to binge it in a day, and although contrary to popular belief, it doesn't account for it does account for the fact that there's ads, so you're not seeing the full hour, you're seeing 40 minutes of the hour. You know, that's how they got around like car trips and things like that. It's like, oh, that would happen during the ad break. Then it would come back after the ads, and then the car would be pulling in. It's like, okay, that was that 5 minutes.
It's clever.
Still doesn't explain why Jack Bauer in those 24 hours never goes to the toilet or eats anything.
No, it's just poor writing.
I mean, realistically, there should be a scene, in fact, a whole episode even, where he's just having dinner.
I'd watch that.
I'd watch that too.
I mean, it'd be awful week to week, but as part of a binge.
Yeah, that'd be good. But no, 24 was a lot of fun actually. For as over the top as it could be, it was fun in its first 5 seasons, I'd say. Season 6 was pretty shit, but
5 seasons of good isn't bad. It's respectable.
Yeah, pretty solid. So that's happened. So that's cool. Speaking of things ordering more series, Netflix has ordered another season of Wet Hot American Summer. Of course, it did the prequel series called First Day at Camp. Just last year. Well, they've ordered a 10 years later series, which makes more sense given that the actors are all about 15 years older than they were in the original movie.
Yeah, wasn't that set up at the end of the movie? So I think someone told me that.
It is. I've not seen the series, but I did watch the movie. I watched the movie thinking I might want to watch the series, and I thought the movie was just okay, so I never bothered.
I haven't got around to either. I'll probably binge them over this next few weeks, just because.
But yeah, there is a scene at the end of the movie that's kind of like a...
Like they talk about having a reunion 10 years and see how
there's even a little tag where you see them kind of meeting up.
Right.
So I could see it being a continuation of that.
Yeah.
Which is fine. For people who like it, that's cool. I'm not particularly fussed, but it's a pretty impressive cast to assemble again, now that most of them are all... Because, I mean, Amy Poehler's in this, and this was way before Parks and Rec, when this was a thing.
Yeah, of course. This was all when they were just starting up, really.
Paul Rudd, I don't even think was remotely...
Wouldn't have been.
To reference Halloween franchise once again, Paul Rudd, of course, was the star of Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Was he actually?
Yeah, it was.
I didn't get that far in Halloween.
Well, you shouldn't. It was terrible. But
I've only seen the first 4.
that's where I'd tell you to stop, quite frankly. Maybe watch H2O. H2O is a nice tangent. Like instead of going to 4, you can go to H2O, and it's like different timelines almost. And you can take that as the ending instead of 4. I prefer 4, but H2O is still watchable. 5 and 6 though, yeah.
It's where my TV channel binge stopped that night.
And so Paul Rudd's the star of that. Just a bit of interest for you. Alright, so last up on the news this week. So Amazon's doing a Jack Ryan TV show.
Is it?
Yes, it is. So a Jack Ryan TV show. Who, if you don't know what Jack Ryan is, it's a series of books from Tom Clancy. He's a member of the CIA, and they've had repeated attempts at making a movie franchise out of him. Harrison Ford played him. Recently, what's his face from Star Trek? Chris Pine tried to play him in a new movie, and that failed miserably. So now we're getting another one, and it's TV this time on Amazon. Carlton Cuse is showrunning that. Who you may know, he's one half of the Lost showrunners. He did, I believe, he did The Strain, which wasn't very good.
It's not a positive on his record there, is it?
No. I really like Lost, but The Strain is not something I would go on about. However, the main news story here is that they've cast the Jack Ryan. Jim from The Office.
Oh, yes.
John Krasinski.
Oh, I'm sold.
Has been cast as Jack Ryan.
I love John Krasinski. I think he's got some really good range.
I like him in the gym role. I don't know if I see him being a really smart CIA operative.
I can see it.
I say operative, I think he's actually an analyst. Shows you how much I know about Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
But I think that was one of the complaints I heard about the movie, though, is that he's meant to. The whole point of Jack Ryan is he's not James Bond.
Yeah.
You know, he's more the analyst, and it's meant to be more like that. But the movie tried to make him into more of an action star. So maybe this is one way where the TV show could capitalise on it, because in TV you can get away with that a bit more.
Yeah, you definitely can.
So maybe it'll just be like The Office, but it happens to be the CIA.
Hmm.
And he's flirting with a girl named Sam, who's the receptionist.
You tried so hard there to think of something that name with Pam, and you just I was really thinking you were going to fail.
Sam's a valid one, short for Samantha.
It is, but I really thought you weren't going to come up with anything because you looked stumped for about a second there, and I was like, oh, he hasn't got anything. Disappointed.
Well, good.
Well, have you got any way you can tie this into Halloween?
That
seems to be the theme of the episode.
That's the theme of tonight's episode. Not that I'm aware of. I believe if you go to Amazon.com, you can buy them all on Blu-ray. There you go. That's
good enough.
That's your connection. All right. Okay. So yeah, that's the news this week. So that'll take us on to all of the week's TV reviews. Again, if you're on the audio podcast, they're all about to start in a second. Just use the timestamps in the description to jump to the ones that you want to listen to. And if you're on YouTube, just click on the links on the screen in the annotations and go to those videos. And if for some reason those aren't working, just click on the channel and they're all in the recent uploads. You know, nice and simple. So here's this week's TV reviews.